Massive game this Sunday, Chelsea v Liverpool. First of all, who's going to win?
Well, it's a huge game. I mean, my heart tells me Chelsea, but all the indications of current form would be that Liverpool are the favourites because of how they're playing, the quality they got. It's unbelievable. You know, it's unbelievable quality they've got. They've been brilliant. To claw themselves back into this title race shows how consistent they've been in the last few months. So, but what Chelsea have got with Thomas Tuchel, they've got a manager who knows knockout football. He knows. I think he can be pragmatic. He can set up a team to counter. I think so. My heart will always go Chelsea. My heart will always go Chelsea. But like I said, it's hard to overlook Liverpool on the current form.
And of course, Chelsea this last year, since Tuchel took over, it's been amazing, isn't it? Right. You know, they've won pretty much everything.
It's
apart
incredible.
From the FA Cup.
It's incredible what Thomas has done with the team because, you know, credit has to go to Frank and the youth academy for bringing these players through and giving them an opportunity, and Thomas is reaping the benefits. But what he's done is he's just sort of harmonised the club. Tactically, I think he's got a very clear way of playing. He speaks very clearly to the media. Very honest. I mean, he's one of them managers. As an ex-player, you sit there and think, I'd like to have played for him, you know, because of his way he is. So he's been brilliant.
And looking at the squad, I mean, obviously a big question is Mason Mount, isn't he? He's a key player. And then lately, hopefully, eventually, we get Reece James back in the side as well. Ben Chilwell.
Yeah.
There's a lot of young English talent there, isn't there?
I don't think any teams, other than Chelsea and probably Man City, could have coped with losing both of their wing backs for this period of time. Reece James and Chilwell have been outstanding in that role they play. So getting Reece back will be a massive lift for Chelsea. Mason's been incredible. I think the amount of games Mason played last year, it was almost inevitable that he may pick up a few injuries this year. You know, he's his body, because he plays hard every game. He's a runner, isn't he? He's a mover and everything. So hopefully, I think he's important. He's key for Chelsea to start the game with Mason. I don't think he'll finish the game, but I think if he starts the game, that's a massive plus for Chelsea.
And on the Liverpool side, I mean, the player that everyone wants to watch coming forward is Trent AlexanderArnold, isn't he? I mean, forget the forward line. He's one of the most creative players in the country, isn't he?
Trent's techniques, you know, second to none. Incredible player. I think both fullbacks are outstanding, and the way that they play. Their big strength is they get numbers in the final third because of the fullbacks are forwards at times. So you have to stop them. You have to match up with them. But also you can get at them because of the way they play. Not because Trent's not a good defender or Robertson's not a good defender. They're very good defenders, but they're asked to play so hard the pitch. You know, there's not one footballer in the history of football who can be in two places at once. So Chelsea have to exploit them when they're attacking. From inside to out runs. You know, which you may see Werner do because he's brilliant. It's inside to out runs, exposing that space that Liverpool leave when they play with their fullbacks high. I think that's going to be key.
And you think maybe Werner ahead of Lukaku up front, or Havertz? Did they have an idea?
They can all run. You know, Havertz, Werner, Lukaku. They all can move. Werner's the quickest. Werner's got the more capable of doing multiple runs. I feel like he's got that type of busy bee sort of way of playing where he can stretch teams. I think, and that's how you have to beat Liverpool. They play with a high line. You have to time your runs well. So that whoever he goes with, he might go with two of the three. You know, he might do that. He might block up the midfield. But that's the way to beat Liverpool. You have to get the runs off the shoulder early with good quality from midfield.
And on the touchline, it should be entertaining, isn't it? Two managers, they know each other well. They work together, sort of thing. But they're both characters, aren't they?
Both characters, both real, you know, football men. Both energetic, both passionate. So it'll be good. They'll behave themselves. They're you know, it's they'll be fine. But yeah, they're two of the best managers in the world football.
And Chelsea's long term. I mean, the Premier League title's out of reach this year, isn't it? Is that the holy grail, if you like?
Premier League title's out of reach for this season. But yeah, I mean, that's your standard. Like if you win league titles, that's your standard. The Champions League, sometimes you know, you sometimes it comes from the gods because you need a bit of luck. You know, you need things to go for you at certain times, and any one of maybe genuinely 5 or 6 teams can win it in Europe. So, but the Premier League, I think Chelsea would like to finish closer. If this season they're closer than they was last season, they'll see that as progress. Next season, have a real assault on the Premier League.
And the Champions League this year, there's always a chance.
Yeah, there's a chance. There's a chance. I mean, this year's a success already. We've won trophies, another cup final. Looks like we're getting to the last 8 of the Champions League. I think from where the club were and where they are, champions of Europe, champions of the world. Listen, Chelsea's in a very strong position at the moment.